Good morning, everybody. As Father said, my name is Steve Moeller. You know, there's a few people in our lives that we all have difficult time saying no to. If Father Amthor or Father Steve came up to you, you'd probably do whatever it was they asked you. I have a friend named Patty Arkell who has a similar effect on me. A couple of weeks ago, I was doing my usherly duties at the back of the church following Mass, and I bumped into Patty, and we said hello, and she said, "Steve, would you be willing to do a stewardship talk in February?" And she kind of had caught me off guard. I think I started backpedaling, trying to say no in so many different ways I could, but to Patty's credit, she hung in there, tilted her head. "Steve, would you be willing?" And I said, "Of course I will." So she said, "Great, you've got a good story and you've been around a long time." And in my head, I thought, well, my story is really not that different than anybody else's out here. And what did she mean by that last crack? Have I really been here that long? How old does she think I really am? So when I started thinking about what I wanted to say, her words, not "how long have I been here," but her words of "would you be willing," kind of keep bouncing back and forth in my head. And my story really isn't just my story, but it's our story. My wife Sharon and I have been here at St. Peter's since we were married in 1991, almost 26 years ago. We've raised our family here. We've made our home in Brookside. We have 5 children, all of which have come through St. Peter's. They've all graduated St. Peter's except for one 7th grader who has made it through Mr. Jacobson's 7th grade science fair, so I think he's on the right path. But it's become our second home. And over the past 25 years, stewardship is really, in the form of time, talent, and treasure, has taken on many forms for both Sharon and I, whether it be in the form of an usher, a wedding coordinator, a coach, an extra pair of hands at the auction for setup or cleanup, or simply spending an hour in weekly adoration with the Holy Eucharist. Stewardship really comes in many sizes and many shapes for all of us. And it's individual for sure. But it all begins with would you be willing to be a part of something special here at St. Peter's? Oftentimes, I think we as individuals, and me specifically, tend to overthink things. Sharon, I know it's going to come as a surprise to you, I overthink things. But perhaps it would be best to because we tend to think about what would be best for me when asked certain questions. Perhaps it would be best to take the me out of that equation and simply say, what would be best? What would be best? Would it be best for the school if I contribute to the Upon This Rock campaign? Would it be best for my relationship with God if I attended the next church retreat? Would it be best for my relationship with my friends and family if I try to connect more with them? I have found that in more times I put this into practice, the better things work out. Whether it be me giving of time that I think I don't have, or me contributing dollars that I think we really need. When you trust that it'll all work out, and you're doing things for the glory of God, things work out just fine. And the blessings you receive in return are many, many times received. In my experience, this really seems to be true. For example, after a donation to a charity, one of our kids receives a scholarship for school. A part-time job surfaces through a connection here at St. Peter's. Or a new relationship is born of a parishioner who we haven't known, but just through an act of kindness, a relationship blooms. As I've said, stewardship comes in all sizes and shapes for everyone, and I truly think we simply need to be willing when that call comes. When asked to take up the offertory or read a petition or take up the collection, it's not really about you. Just say yes. It's not about you. It's about the call or the need. This community of St. Peter's is a special place, and it continues to do amazing things with its long list of ministries it offers. But it can't do it without you. So the next time you hear the question, would you be willing? I hope you say, of course I will. because St. Peter's is counting on you. Thank you.